Welcome back, my peeps, mi gente. This is Chief, the one half of Chief and Stero. Let's talk the Caribbean connection. You know our program. We're informative. We're your voice, and we discuss all the salient point. So today, we'd like to just discuss some information regards to some global, I say, geopolitics. So today, we'd like to talk about the Israel secret Trojan horse wireless device explosion plot, which took place about a month ago, in which the Israeli government, well, not necessarily the Israeli government, but the Mossad, which is equivalent to like the CIA intelligence of the United States. They infiltrated the Hezbollah organization. It as you may have known, like Hezbollah is organization which is located in Lebanon, or the country of Lebanon, and is top heavy of Palestinians, former Palestinians who were, I guess, forced out from the nation of Israel or left during the war. In the 1967 war, a lot of them relocated to Lebanon as refugees and stayed there, but they carried on with their resistance against the government of Israel. So um, Hezbollah, who is the chief antagonizer for Israeli army and Israeli government, they were standing up in solidarity to their brothers, who's Hamas in the Gaza Strip, Israel. So, the Israeli government uh, was trying to infiltrate their communication devices. So they were always tracking their cell phones or what have you. And Hezbollah made a decree that no one should communicate via cell phone because it could be easily tracked by Mossad, the Israeli government. With that being said, what they did was they ordered like low tech, I would say low tech devices, such as pagers and walkie talkies, to use it to communicate, right? So they ordered around 5,000 made pager and walkie-talkie ordered by the Lebanese group Hezbollah months prior, from a Taiwanese company called Gold Apollo. I believe it's the a pager was the AR 924, and they use these devices to communicate, whether it is from the lowest rank soldier, right, to the upper echelon of the organization. So what they did was they inserted like explosive devices within the pagers and the walkie-talkie. So what happened is that the Israeli Mossad infiltrated the supply chain, and once they infiltrated the distribution supply chain, they implanted these explosive within these devices, right? So the Israeli defense minister Yoav Gallant acknowledged that his country role was in the attack. They acknowledged that they played a role in the attack. In other words, all right. Now they said that it was an excellent achievement. He said it was an excellent achievement on their end, and their intelligence apparatus, which is Shin Bet, right? They laud the outcome of these explosion or what have you, and they said that the hidden explosive was highly sophisticated, where it was implanted in these devices that you could almost couldn't detect. In other words, so what they did, they implanted it around like the battery system, where you couldn't really detect it just by looking at it, right? Um, and because of this, it was readily distributed throughout the whole organization, right? And they were inserted basically in the lithium battery, ion battery. It was undetected, even undetected by X-ray. Man, can you imagine that? Like whoever created these explosive and inserted them in all of these devices, it was like such a sophisticated operation that no one who would think of this. There has to be like individuals on a higher level, per se, of thinking, and in order for them to thwart the Hezbollah communication, how you say, apparatus or communication, um, a team or whatever it is. So it comes to a point where they were, who is the Hezbollah's fighters? They're going about their regular business, right? Shopping, bringing their kids to school, and all of a sudden the pages started exploding. People started losing limbs, arms, disemboweled. Actually, from allegedly, a lot of children got hurt because kids naturally would take like devices and play with it or whatever, and they were playing with their father or mother, whatever, devices, and exploded, or it was near them and exploded and killed quite a bit of people. Actually, around they said around about 19 people died, and over 3,000 were injured based on these explosions. Right now, it didn't end there. Several days later, the pages, you remember, the pager exploded, and then all of a sudden now, the walkie-talkies exploded. Yes, the walkie-talkies. Again, once again, people going about their business, right? And all of a sudden, the walkie-talkies, boom, detonation, explosion, right? More people died. More people got hurt. And we got to think about it as like, is this another form of terrorism on the part of Israel? In other words, they are matching terror for terror. Who knows, right? Maybe there are some people who say no, they're just fighting back and they beat them to the punch, or they know that the Hezbollah will be bypassing the route of using cell phone because cell phones could be easily tracked. So the alternative would be able to implant these explosive devices within the pages and the walkie-talkie, which is the method that they use for communication. So, in other words, they're trying to cut off their communication per se by implanting these explosive within these devices. So it will leave the Hezbollah communication less, right, or lacking a lack of thereof of communication. So that's another way of, um, in other words, cutting off their source to effectively gather information, share information, communicate, orders and so forth, right? So let me just put this in perspective for you. Let me flesh it out. Let me just paint a picture for you. Can you imagine if it was like whether the United States or whichever country, and terrorists infiltrate the supply system, right? Implanted explosive devices in walkie-talkie, in computer, laptop, in tablets, right? In cell phones, etc., in video games or what have you. And at their leisure, at their time, right? And call, they decide to systematically detonate these devices, right? It would be one of the most severe intelligence failure in American history. Just take that into perspective and segue into the situation with Hezbollah. I just can't imagine that happening um, in the states, and it's not hard. If the Israeli government and intelligence could get away with that, right? Who else could use that playbook, right, to infiltrate the supply chain and use this against certain individuals that they're not in agreement with, or time of a strife, a war, what have you, or just regular civilian, use it against regular civilian. devices is going off like simultaneously or at random and so forth. This is really, really scary. And this has taken precedent. And I think we have to be very vigilant. The U.S. intelligence and a lot of countries need to be vigilant within their supply chain that this is not used by bad actors to go ahead and infiltrate the supply chain to insert all of these uh, these devices, explosive devices within the electronic system. It's really scary, really, really scary. And I know that Israel, they're defending themselves, defending their country, or what have you. But with this coming out in the open, there has maybe he has given other individuals ideas, which I hope to God it ends here and doesn't come to fruition in other countries. Bad actors using these devices to go after the population, and it's just it make you want to think, you know. But we will see what comes about this, and hopefully it ends here, and this type of warfare is not used elsewhere and not used on civilians. So we keep in touch. We update you if anything else come up. Don't forget to subscribe and share and like, and ring the notification bell to keep in touch with all of the new uploads and new videos that we upload within YouTube or Facebook or all the other social media platforms. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day.